Hi there, this is Katy Rogers with Hotspot Nashville, and I am sitting next to a rock and roll legend and a country music legend. We have Ronnie McDowell and we have Bill Medley. Gentlemen, how are you?
We're doing unbelievable. I know Bill's doing great. I picked him up a while ago at Opryland Hotel, and I said, Bill, you look unbelievable. He said, well, Ronnie, I think I cracked a rib.
Yeah, I did. Fell down about a week ago, and yeah, and it's interesting because it didn't feel like I cracked it right away, but over about 3 days,
Yeah.
it made its way there. But I'll be all right.
Well,
You sang a little while ago, and you sounded exactly like the record, I swear, Bill.
we heard you. Donna and I heard you, the producer, yes, and you sounded wonderful, by the way.
Please.
You gentlemen, now, you, Ronnie McDowell, you have nearly 50 years of performing, right?
You know, and where did that time go?
I don't know, but
Isn't that
that's
crazy?
quite a length of time. And then you yourself, Bill Medley, let's see, I looked it up. You started in '62, so you're circling 65 years in the
Yeah.
music business. That is
Every
amazing.
every minute of it.
Now, are both of you gentlemen still touring out there? Let me know. It looked like you were in my research.
Yeah, I'm doing. Righteous Brothers. I took on a new partner when my partner passed away, and so we do about 50 concerts a year, and we do a residency job in Vegas at the South Point Hotel, and life is good. I'm still singing songs that I wrote and recorded when I was 22 years old, and I'm doing them at 65. It's a great business. It's an incredible business.
It is. And
Go ahead and finish telling
Well,
us about Elvis.
so when I heard Elvis had passed away, I'd been writing songs for 5 years. I got out of Vietnam May of '72, and I started writing songs. I wrote for Porter Wagner, Jeannie Shepherd, the Wilburn Brothers, Roy Drusky. I was having a ball writing songs, and I was telling Bill last night, the guy that makes me the most money writing songs is George Strait. And I was sitting at number 2 with All Tied Up. Well, I'm all tied up, baby, tied up. Well, I wrote that. Well, George Strait jumped over me, and he went to number 1, and I went back to 12.
Really?
But I just written him a song, Bill, called Under These Conditions with 2 of my friends. And my first check was $75,000, and I
Wow.
forgave him for jumping over me.
You did. The next
Now
time
what-
I'll help you. I'll help you all.
Now,
So-
what about the Elvis song? Because you
Well,
sold millions of that. People
6
bought that
million
up.
records.
Yes, I knew it was in the millions. I did.
Yeah, and you know, it's so crazy because the industry, how it is, it sold 2 million records in 2 weeks, but it only went to number 9. But hey, I wasn't
That's not too
complaining.
bad. That's not bad.
Well, it went
Hey.
on to sell 6 million records.
Yes.
And but it still only went to number 9. What does that tell you?
Now it's at 12.
That the people know that the people know what they like. Okay, so
Well, that was
you know,
one of those records,
Yeah.
and Bill knows this because he's had so many career records. That was one of those songs they couldn't stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
They couldn't stop that because the public demanded it.
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's amazing though to
When
have
they
that.
do, they can stop it from going to number 1, but they can't stop it, the public loving it. And so my life went like that afternoon to like that the next day.
Yeah.
And then they wanted me on the Grand Ole Opry. The record broke on Friday. The next day on the Grand Ole Opry, they called me and said, we want you on the Opry singing that song. We just threw it together. I didn't know it. So I'm standing backstage with my foot up on the wall. And I said, Lord, please let me remember these words. Well, Jim Ed Brown walked up to me and put his arm around me. He said, son, you're going to do fine. I said, Mr. Brown, I'm not afraid to sing. I said, we just threw this song together. He said, when did you do that? And I said, 2 days ago. And he said, 2 days ago? He said, well, good luck, son.
Now,
Walked
look,
away. Let me get away
He
from
walked
you.
away.
you've had a couple of other hits here that I looked up. Older Women, which I remember that well from radio, and it was a number 1 hit, right, in 1981.
Yep.
And also, You're Gonna Ruin My Bad Reputation, which I listened to that song today just to reminisce, and that was 1983. That's a great accomplishment too.
Yeah, I debuted that in a cornfield with Roy Acuff.
Wow.
And we sang this, and we all know this. Everybody knows this song. I've searched the world over, and I thought I found true love. You met another, and you were gone. And Roy Acuff walked up to me and he goes, son, you know that song you sang tonight on Hee Haw? I said, yes, sir. I debuted this in my new record. He said, that's going to be a #1 record for you.
Wow.
And there he is right there on the wall.
Well, God
With
bless
me.
him.
Isn't
And
that
I wish
great?
I knew what he was saying to me right there. But he had a good ear.
Yes, and you have an amazing career, and then also as a righteous brother, Bill, Unchained Melody, and You've Lost That Loving Feeling. How far did you go with those songs? I mean, they're still like they're an American treasure. You've Lost That Loving Feeling. That is an American treasure. Everybody knows that song. Everybody I talk to knows
Well, Love and Feeling was the most played record in the history of American radio.
That's
it. Is that
exactly
amazing?
right.
I did
knew
not
that.
find that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I think in the last year or two, Sting's record of something passed our song. But just having that, well, we had it for about 30 years.
You held that title then,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
So, and Unchained Melodies, when you're talking about songs you just can't kill, Unchained Melody was on the B side of a Phil Spector record, and
Because he was your producer,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and he,
Yeah.
and boy, for some reason, every disc jockey in the country flipped the record over and played Unchained Melody. It wasn't even produced. I produced it,
Oh,
and then he did it, and he had a #1 record. So we've had a #1 record. You should have did it again when Ghost came out.
Well, that's when I did it.
Was that when you did? Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mike Kirk
Yeah.
called me and said, you were going to produce it.
Yeah.
Mike said, I'm flying you to L.A. tonight. Bill Medley's going to produce you singing Unchained Melody. I went, wow, unbelievable.
Mike Kerr put that together for you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. He's
Well,
so
he-
amazing.
He's 65. I used to watch Shindig and Hullabaloo. She's going, what's that?
Yeah, don't know
Yeah.
those two, and I like TV.
Well, hey, every Wednesday I sat in front of that TV, and this young man with Bobby came on. I was glued to that TV just to see Bill, Medley, and Bobby. And what if somebody had tapped me on my little shoulder at 15 and said, hey, one day you're going to be down by Opryland doing an interview with Bill Medley. I would have went, say what?
Not in your wildest dreams,
How could I
right?
have wrapped my mind around that?
Well, there's some stuff thank you for that. But stuff just happens, doesn't it? I mean, and it just happens out of. I've done more by mistake than I have on purpose. All my success, or Righteous Brothers' success, has been a really good accident.
Well, that's like Conway Twitty. He wrote the song called It's Only Make Believe.
Yeah.
We all know
Oh,
that's
that
wrong.
still gives me the chills every time I hear it.
Well, get this, like what
Absolutely.
Bill just said, that was the B side. And one day, somebody flipped that record over, and they played it, and 8 million records.
Wow.
It was just, and when Elvis
isn't
got
that
out
just
of the
phenomenal?
Army in Vegas, Conway went and seen him, and they sat down in a hallway, and Elvis said, Conway said, I need to tell you something. Said, I know Burt Lancaster and Sinatra and all these all these big actors are in there to talk with me. He said, but I want to talk with you because me and you are Mississippi boys. He said, but what I want to tell you, and Conway said, we sat down in the hallway and we was facing each other, and Elvis said, Conway, one thing I want to tell you, when I got out of the Army, the one record I had on my jukebox at Graceland was It's Only Make Believe.
Wow.
Conway said,
Amazing.
you know what a big thrill that was for me?
Oh my. I mean, and Make Believe kind of sounded like an Elvis
I
record,
thought it
didn't
was when I
did
first
too.
heard it. I thought,
That's
Did-
an interesting note. Yeah, that is.
Did
That's
he?
true.
Was he a country artist before that,
Oh,
or
no.
was he a pop?
no, he
artist?
was rock and roll.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He was straight rock and roll
That's what I
because
thought.
he got out of the service and he loved, Little Richard and Elvis and all them
Who
people,
doesn't?
and he was doing all that rock and roll, and then
Yeah,
he
rockabilly
came-
too.
and he came over to country with "Hello, darling, nice to see you." And
You
the
did
rest-
pretty good with that
and
yourself.
the rest is history.
Big times.
52 #1 records, Conway.
Yes, I just saw a television special on his career. Yeah, it was very interesting. So you gentlemen, I know you're going to get together and chat a little bit later, but You went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you were inducted by Billy Joel. That must have been pretty cool. What was that, 2003, right, with Billy
Yeah,
Joel? How was that?
2003. I wrote a book a few years ago, and Billy Joel did the, what do they call it, the fronty, the introduced it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now going into the Hall of Fame is just a great thing to do. And Phil Spector, our producer, he tried to keep us out of the Hall of Fame.
He did.
And the Ronettes and Darlene Love.
And why did he do this? Could you tell us?
Because Love and Feelin' became a Righteous Brother record and not a Phil Spector production. And the same thing with the Ronettes and all those records. He didn't want the artist. I think he just felt the artist doesn't mean anything. And he was pretty involved with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So yeah, kept us out. And then when he went to prison, we all went into the Hall of Fame. That's the truth.
After he
Thank
went
you,
to
Phil.
prison, everybody
Yeah.
goes in the Hall of Fame. That's very
Tough
interesting.
way to get there, but
And I wanted to note too that you are in the Mississippi Music Project Hall of Fame. That was in 2019, right? I just wanted to talk about some highlights of your accomplishments, both of you here. So, and the reason that we're here tonight is Ronnie McDowell, Music, Memories, and Masterpieces. Now tell us about this. This is something where you interview folks, right? But on TV. Why don't you go ahead and explain it for us?
Yes, and this is my third one, and who better to have than my buddy Bill Medley.
That is
Unbelievable.
amazing.
I can't believe he came up. Of course, he has a daughter here with and two grandkids, and so Bill, I'm taking him to the airport in the morning, but he was been so gracious to come last night and do an interview. Right now we're doing one, and tonight is the biggie, and I'm excited about it. We're also going to show some of the paintings, like I did
Oh.
one for my friend James Burton, a life-size painting, and when I gave him his copy, him and his wife both, they cried like a baby.
they
Oh,
really.
how sweet.
Well, James is a sweet man.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, he started on the Ozzy and Harriet
Sure.
show when he was 16.
Yeah.
And if you check that show out, when Ricky come out at the end and sing a song, there's James, 16 years old, but he started earlier on the Shreveport, Louisiana hayride.
Oh, he did.
Oh, Lord, when
Wow,
he was
really
like
good.
wow.
14 and 15.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Yes,
he,
he is.
he was one of the guitar players on Shindig. We'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
We-
I'm keeping up pretty good with these older shows,
Well,
but I'm
we're-
very
Bob-
interested in hearing about all
Bobby and
this
I
history.
left the Beatles tour
Wow.
to go home, back home to do the pilot for Shindig. So
Really?
I'm telling you, man, that everything that we did that was wrong turned out to be incredibly right.
And my friend Steve Jeppy and your friend up in
Sure.
Baltimore, he had
Yeah.
the perfect saying for what you're talking about. Fate is a hunter, it will find you.
Yeah, we'll find it.
And it found you and Bobby.
Sure
it
did.
found me. Because I went the next day Elvis died, I said, I never laid eyes on Elvis. And by George, I'm going straight down to Graceland. And I did at 8:30 in the morning. Bill, I haven't told you this. I stayed in line. It's like this month. It was hot like this. We had to be 5 abreast, just like we were in the service. And people were just fainting. They'd, like the Keystone Cops.
that.
They'd pick them up and take them off.
Yeah.
So I got from here to that bar right there, and they shut the gates at 4 o'clock. I didn't get in.
Oh no.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Steve Jeppy told me not long ago, he said, Ronnie, the reason you didn't get in is because fate found you and sent you back to Nashville, and that guy was standing at Scorpion Records, Lee Morgan, and he goes, hey, Ronnie, let's do an Elvis tribute. And I said, man, I ain't wearing no jumpsuit. And he said, that ain't what I'm talking about. I said, I'm a songwriter. He said, that's what I want you to listen to. Listen to what I wrote. I said, well, listen to what I wrote. I was barely 6 years old when I first heard him sing. And somehow I knew from that moment on, it'd be a lifetime thing. I wrote every bit of that talking part that afternoon, and we put that on the front, his singing for it. We threw that record together, went in the next night, and that was it. But what was weird about it, that guy, Lee Morgan, he come up to me and said, man, you're going to have to pay for this session. I ain't got no money. I said, man, I got $42 to my name. He just walked out. You know what the bill was, Bill, for that whole thing? $2,800. That's a lot of money in
That's a
77.
bunch of money.
And here's the irony of that. Guess whose studio it was? Scotty Moore's.
Oh,
Oh,
And I didn't
really?
know that.
oh,
Wow.
man,
Where's the irony of that?
That's something else.
Faith is a hunter.
I'm telling you.
Look, I found y'all with Unchained Melody, with Soul and Inspiration.
Yeah.
And the list goes on.
Who were your other guests for the show that you had before Bill, just out of curiosity?
Jimmy Velvet was my first because he is one of the only two left on planet Earth. Him and Jimmy Snow, Hank's boy,
Oh,
that
wow.
rode around with Elvis in 55, 56 in a car. They're the only two left. And Elvis loved Jimmy Velvet so much, and he's 87, that he's the only guy back in those days that he would let watch Lisa Marie.
Oh, wow.
That's how much he loved him.
Oh,
And Jimmy Snow, boy, he's got stories, but he's not feeling too well. I'm hoping I can get him home. But my next guest is our buddy Mike Kerr, and who is again my
wow,
boss.
that's
'cause
amazing.
I just re-signed with Kerr.
There won't be enough time for you gentlemen. There will be so many stories. You'll be there all
Oh, yeah.
night, don't you think so?
You
And
think?
I wanted to ask you too, what's going to happen? We're curious, what's going to happen with the after party? What happens after you do the show taping? What's the after party event? Tell us a little bit about that.
Bill
What's going to
told me-
happen while we're here?
Well, Bill told me.
Are you gonna
while
play
ago,
for
coming
us,
over
Bill?
here, he said, Ronnie, I think I cracked some ribs. As soon as we're done, you need to bring me back to the hotel. And I said, buddy, I'll do it.
but if there's a lot of girls involved,
You'll stay?
it's feeling a lot better. No,
You guys
is
are
it
so
about pretty
cute.
girls? I'm telling you.
what about it?
Where can folks find out more information about the show so that they can attend if they'd like to come out here to Music Valley and come to the Texas Troubadour Theater?
Well, we were doing
would you
it
tell folks how to
second
contact you?
weekend in every month.
Okay.
And we don't, that's why we don't want to do it too often. And it's so crazy how my last guest was William Lee Golden.
Oh, I love William Lee. Yeah, we do.
And I was in Oregon with him in 1979. And Joe, who passed away,
Yes.
he came into the dressing room and I'd already done my thing. He had a bottle of Perrier in his hand. Never will forget it. They were all drinking Perrier. And he said, Ronnie, you got to come out and listen to this Dallas Frazier song we're doing. We've done it 3 times. It's taken the roof off. And I said, which songs you do? And he goes, Elvira. And I said, he said, when Richard goes, up a mile, he said the roof will come off, and it did.
I believe it. Yeah.
Oh, man. It's a big part of the song.
Yeah.
Well, it's so interesting how the different genres of music, intermingle and folks know each other. I just think it's such a great big family, the music business.
Oh,
And I really
absolutely.
appreciate your time tonight, gentlemen, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the show.
Well, thank
And
you.
congratulations to both of you on your long and legendary careers and for spending time with us here at Hotspot Nashville.
Thank you, darling.
We really appreciate it very,
Thank you.
very much. You're a lovely man, and
Thank
you're a lovely man as well. I don't want to
Thank
hurt
you.
your arm. Oh, you're
No,
just
you're all-
gentlemen. Thank you kindly. This is Katy Rogers at the Texas Troubadour Theater with our friends Ronnie McDowell and Bill Medley.